Welcome to Blonde Cards and Crafts. Let's make something together.
Hello crafters and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to make a pop-up card. Now you can use these. These are the Perfect Pop-Ups dies by Made to Surprise, and for our card I will be using these dies, but you don't need dies to make this card if you don't have these in your stash. I love everything Sam and Made to Surprise, so yeah. Okay, so I have everything cut out. We don't need those. The products I'm going to use in connection with those are the Papercraft Society box 37. Again, this is a Made to Surprise inspired box. I have all the pieces from the kit here, and I've also printed up all the downloadable papers here. So to start with, we need a 6 by 12 piece of cardstock, and if you score it at 6, it'll give us this, a 6 by 6 card base. On top of that, then we need a piece of white cardstock. This piece measures 5 7/8 by 5 7/8, so we'll have a very slim border going the whole way around. This other piece of cardstock is for inside my card, and this measures 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. I've also got a piece of the pattern paper. This is it's just an off-cut piece really, but it is 3/4 of an inch wide by 5 3/4 of an inch long, and I'm going to embellish this piece in here. I'm going to stamp it, but we'll do that together later. So on the outside of our card, I have a piece of the pattern paper, and this measures 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Now, we can use the pop-up die here. If you use this die, then you would have your pop-up so that it pops up at the top. That's how these dies are made to work. But I want my pop-up to come out the side. So rather than use this large die here, I've actually cut out my paper and I'm going to put 2 slots in my pattern paper myself. If I was having my piece pop up the top, I would definitely use these dies. That's what I use. They're so quick. I just run them through my die cut machine and bang, away you go. So definitely saves. But I don't mind doing a little bit of cutting because I have die cut out this Christmas tree. Now this Christmas tree comes from this set. It's Paper Discovery by Olga Direktorenko. I always struggle with that, Olga. I'm very sorry if you're watching. I doubt it, but you know, you never know. Anyway, the Christmas tree in this, I just love it. So I have all these pieces here. I've die cut this out in a light green, and you can see the light green color here underneath. Then I've taken a couple of darker green inks from my stash, and I have just blended them on. I've gone around the edge, and then I've kind of gone across in a diagonal on the tree. I've then used some peel-offs from my stash. These are Love from Lizi Peeloffs. I've taken the stars, and you get a large, a medium, and a small star, and I've taken these. They're the circles, and they're like a glitter one, and I find these are just brilliant for doing my little ornaments on my tree. Isn't that so cute? I just love it. I've put some foam tape on the back of this, just over on the left hand side and across the bottom. And then I have some to stabilize the top on top. So we're going to have this piece here, like so. We're going to have our tree down here, like so. Now, the pattern paper, I want to kind of break it up. So I've taken a piece of pink cardstock. This is 5 and, what did I say this one was? 5 3/4. Sorry, my brain goes 90 miles an hour. So this piece is 5 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. It's going to sit on the bottom like this. So it'll look like, you know, it's the carpet, and that's our pattern paper, our wallpaper on the background. So this piece will be on here. And now I have taken one of the toppers. You can see here we get toppers in the kit, and I have used one of the die cut toppers, and I have fussy cut out the angel. Now this is the one that came in the kit, because you should be able to see on there, if my camera, it should, there we go. You can see here there's foiling on her. So the ones I print up wouldn't have had the gold foiling on her halo. So hence the reason why I'm using this. So I want her to be behind the Christmas tree. And then when you pull on the tab, she comes out from behind the Christmas tree. Just, you know, I just thought it'd be something different. So can you imagine her in there, and then you pull her out and she's like, hello. So that's where I'm going with this idea. I have taken one of the sentiments in the stamp set that we got in the kit. Oh, I dropped it, one moment. This is the stamp set that came in the kit, and I have taken It's That Crazy Time of Year, because I don't believe a Christmas card should have to have Happy Christmas on the top. So I put the Happy Christmas on the inside, but on the outside I'm going to have this here. So it'll look like you know, a picture up on the wall. I will take a fine liner pen. I have a black one here, and I will then just draw 2 lines up and a little dot in the middle, and it'll look like it's hung up on string. Now It's That Crazy Time of Year again and pull. I have used some Versafine Clair ink, and this is Glamorous. It's a kind of a reddish pink, but it's the closest that I had to a red in this Versafine Clair ink. So that's what I've used for those two. I've also taken one of the dies that came in the kit, and it's the Christmas lights. I've taken lots of different colored cardstock, and I have just die cut them out a number of times, and you get these ditty little, they're the bulbs from your Christmas tree lights or your wall lights. So you can see here at the very top, I just took again my fine liner pen and I colored that in, so it's black on the top. Now you can add your accent glaze on top of this if you want, or your sparkle pen, whatever. I'm going to do that, but I'll do it later. So I'm going to again take my fine liner pen and I'm going to draw, you know, as if it's, you know, a nice shape on the top, and then I'll stick these down on top of that. So it looks as if we have Christmas lights hanging from the ceiling there along the wallpaper. So that is the card in, you know, its entirety of what we're going to do. We just need to go ahead now and put our slots in our pattern paper. So let's go ahead and do that together. Okay, so deciding where I want my little pull tab to be. So I have looked at where I want my Christmas tree to be. So I want my tree to be about there. And then I have looked at where my little miss needs to be here on my tree. So it's kind of hard to fit her in because her arms are up, but I think I'll more or less get away with her there. So in order for her to pull out, I've then decided where I want my, you know, pull tab to be. So I have come up, let's see, I have come up there about 1.25 inches. And my pull tab, now you can die cut this out using the die that comes in the die set, but I'm using an acetate, and this is a really thick acetate that I got in a local it's like office supply store. So it's a really thick one. It's probably 3 times as thick as the one that you would get, the Crafter's Companion ones that you'd use for, you know, wiper cards or for a shaker card. But it's a good strong one for pulling. What I've done is I have cut this out at about 5 inches long, and it's a 1/2 inch wide. So I have a 1/2 inch by 5 inches long. I've then die cut out the actual pull tab twice just the top part there. So I could put a piece at the top and a piece at the top, at the front and the back. Before I stuck those on there, I stamped my pull. Now I've used a red liner tape to stick these to the acetate. So it just means that when it's, you know, when it's being pulled in and out, you know, you won't see your piece. But you could use 300 GSM cardstock as your pull tab. Sam recommends you die cut it out twice and glue them together for a bit of strength and stability. So that's what I've done. Rather than die cutting them out from cardstock, I'm using my acetate. So, okay, I've decided how high up I want to come. And then what I've done is I've put a little mark there and at a 1/2 inch. Then I've come in at about, let's see, it's about 2.5 inches. And I've put a mark there and then measured up another 1/2 inch. So we want our tabs to be there and there. Now what I'm going to do is draw a line between them, and I'm going to cut either side of the line so I have a wider opening because my acetate is thicker. So that's what I'm going to do there. So I'm going to speed it up now while I do that. So another reason why I didn't use the large plate that cuts out these slots is because I want these slots further down on my sheet. If I had used the die in the die set, the slots would have been higher up and it wouldn't have hid my angel very well. So that's the reason why I didn't use them. But you can use that die set to pull out from the top or the side or the bottom, wherever you like. So I've just gone ahead and done it this way so that I can put my slots where I want them myself. Now I'm going to feed the acetate through the 2 slots and then we're ready to go. So now we have this piece done. Now we need to put our angel on. So what you can do is put all these panels together and then put it on your card. What I'm going to do is do this part first and then assemble it onto my card. That way, if it doesn't work, I can get a new piece of pattern paper and I can restart all over again. So, right, so my angel needs to be in here. I may need to shorten this tab. I'm going to have a look now and see. But the premise on this is whatever item you put in this, you just put a little bit of red liner tape or blue liner tape at the edge. So you can see here, I have a little bit of my double-sided tape here on her wing. So this part, when it comes up, it'll pull up all the way except to where she's stuck down. That'll be the stopper that won't allow it to go any further. So if you stick your little miss down and it's stuck down to here, then this is going to stop here. So it'll only go as far as you want it to go. So I know she's going to be stuck on like this. And then I'm going to put this into the closed orientation. I'm going to put her over here. And I know that she'll want to be something like this. So what I'm going to do is I've got my foam tape here on the back, which stops there, and my foam tape at the bottom. So I know that my wing there won't come any further over than that. So if I put her there, put that down, and then hold my angel there while I pull that away. So she needs to be stuck on there like that. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to put a mark there like that. And then I'll know that that's where her little wing is going to go. So then when that's closed over, my Christmas tree then can go on there like that. So I'll need to cut off some of my acetate. So I'm going to do that first. Now I can stick my little angel down. And don't you hate the way those pieces, they just stick on. Now, although I have some pencil mark there, you won't see it because I don't think she's going to come out the full amount. So I just want to make sure that she's straight. And before I pop her down, yeah, I think that's about right. So let's see if my tree is down here. she will pop out like that. Isn't that cute? Hello! Happy Christmas! I love this. It's the little things that make me so happy. Do you know that? Okay, so now I just need to take off my release paper and my foam. This is the it's the Amazon foam strips that you can get, and they're not very wide at all. They're probably, they're less than 1/8 of an inch wide, just under 1/8 of an inch wide. So I've doubled up my tape here and here, and then here and here. Now before I do that, I want to take my little strip of my carpet, because that's what this is going to be, my idea of carpet, and that's going to sit on there. So I'm going to glue that down next, and I'm going to use my quick grab glue for this. And this is kind of a linen texture cardstock. It's only about 220. It's quite a light cardstock. So I'll glue that down there. And now I can put my Christmas tree down. So I'll take the release paper off. And then I'll make sure she's over the whole way. And I want to make sure that I don't stick her onto my foam tape. So I just know I need to cover her up as best I can. So I'll just gently tack that down and see. Yeah, that's about as good as it's gonna get. Lovely. So there she is, popping out from behind the Christmas tree. Lovely. So you can just see her hand there, but I don't think that really matters. I mean, I could put a little ornament decoration on there or something to hide that, and I may well do later, but it's just one little hand. I think that's perfect. And I have a little star here stuck up on the top of my tree, but I think I might put a bigger one on there. So now we have the front of our card literally sorted just to embellish. So let's go ahead now and do that. So I'm going to stick down my white panel first, and I'm going to use my Clair glue to do that. And now I can stick down my panel. Now when you're adhering this down, you don't want to put any glue around this area. You can raise it up if you want a bit of dimension, but you don't need it. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue here, and then I'll add some glue around there. But I want to make sure that if the glue oozes out, it doesn't affect where my pull tab is or my acetate. And I like that when the Clair glue dries now, that's going to make everything really nice and stiff and strong. It'll give strength to our card. So next I have this piece. It's that crazy time of year, and I'm going to put a little bit of the foam tape behind that, and I'll just add 2 little strips of my foam tape. I have 2 little pieces here, so I'll add them down, and then I'll have our little angel. Hello. I wouldn't get tired of playing with that, folks. Okay, so next I want to add my lights, and before I do that, I'm going to, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, I'm going to add my lights next, and then we'll do some stamping. So I've got my pen. I'm going to do my little swags. And I think my pen is actually running out because I have to go back over these. So I wasn't really happy with how they came out, but I think they'll be fine. And I'll use my quick grab glue for this. And one of my pickup tools. So I'm speeding this part up. I don't think you need to sit and watch me in real time gluing down these little Christmas lights. I've put down the purple light, then blue, then yellow, then red, then green, and then I'll do the same thing again over and over till I get to the other end. And I just think the colors of these lights, they're so playful. I know a wallpaper wouldn't actually be stripy looking like what we've got going on there, but I think it looks just so fun. And with that done then, I have stamped my lovely little angel and my sentiment Christmas wishes. The Christmas wishes is from the Animal Antics stamp set, and that's a made to surprise stamp as well. So I'm happy now with this. It's just a matter of putting it inside our card. So let's put our panel now inside. And we have some of our lights left, so we could actually have we could draw a string and going across, so it's like she's holding up the lights. Or we could emulate what's going on in the front and put some lights, and I think I might do that actually. I think I might put some lights going across the top. So again, I'll use my fine liner pen, and I think what I'll do is I shall add the lights in, but I won't do them the same as what I did on the front. There we go now. That's all our lights done. Isn't that looking fab? So there we go. I hope you liked my perfect pull-up card, or my pull-up card. It's actually a pull-out card, I think you'd call it, using our dies from the Made to Surprise range. I just love this. I just think it's so cool. And I love all the products that came in the Papercraft Society box number 37, which was designed and inspired by Sam from Mixed Up Crafts. So there we go. There's the inside. And I may just give this to a little one of the family members, and like Callan's card, I may give her a box of colouring pencils so she can colour in her angel herself. So that's it, folks. I hope you've enjoyed my video. If you have, you might give it a thumbs up. If you're a subscriber, thanks for subscribing. And if not, please do click the subscribe button, ding the bell, that way you'll be notified the next time I post a new video. Also, it helps my videos to be found on YouTube. The algorithm tends to share my videos if you're pressing on those buttons. So that's it for now. I'm going to leave it there. I'll put some pictures now of the card we've made, and until next time, thanks for watching, folks. Stay safe and bye for now. Bye.